Go ahead.
So,
I'm listening.
you know, she looks like she's like in her mid-20s.
What?
She looks like she's about maybe 25, 26 years old.
Okay.
Something like that. Nice looking.
Yeah.
She's Mexican.
Okay.
I'd never dealt with a Mexican before.
What do you mean dealt with a Mexican before?
A Mexican girl. A girl
You've
that's...
never been with a Mexican girl or dealt with like
Period.
a human? Like I've never talked to a Mexican
I've
girl.
never had an ongoing conversation with a Mexican girl. I know
Mine is
nothing
what
about.
you see at the restaurant when you see a Mexican girl at Mexican Town.
Right.
Yes.
I've never had a personal one-on-one conversation with one.
Got it.
She's weird. She was weird.
Why?
Her mom is Mexican. Her dad is Jewish. Her dad is he's either a lawyer or a doctor. I think he's a doctor. Lives in Bloomfield Hills.
Right.
She's staying in Detroit with some black dude that she tells me isn't treating her right. And I look at her and I say, what the fuck? Your dad lives in Bloomfield Hills and you hanging out in Detroit, walking up and down the street and shit? I said, look, let me tell you something. This is Detroit. You can't be lollygagging around like that. You'll get hurt. You know, I said, you can't be doing that shit. I don't know who's watching out for her, but whoever the guy is she's staying with, he don't give a shit about her. To let her do that shit, you know? I mean, you can look at her and tell she's innocent. You know, she looks like a victim, let me put it that way. You know what I mean? Walking around Detroit.
She looks like a person who didn't grow up in the city. Is what
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I picked her up, it was a couple guys standing around looking at her like this, you know?
Yeah.
That's one reason why I gave her a ride, because I see these guys are like...
Eyeing her up.
I swear to God, it made it wetter, more wet. Now it's even heavier and like something's wrong.
Alright, I'll go down and look at it.
So she calls me the next day. I need $60. Yeah, what?
Do you think you were a grandpa or something?
Mom, what are you thinking?
That's weird.
You staying with a guy, he can't give you $60? And you're sleeping with him, and he won't give you $60? It don't make sense, does it?
Maybe she's got drug problems.
So there's something else going on, without a doubt.
Right.
I wasn't born yesterday.
True.
Maybe the day before yesterday, but not yesterday.
It's many days before yesterday. Shit. Shit. This isn't your first Christmas.
No, it isn't. It was dead here.
Yeah.
Sticky fingers.
When did you stop believing in the shit?
Believing in what? Christmas and all that shit?
Christianity in general.
Oh, about
Because Christians.
about 30
Christmas
years
is
ago.
Definitely a Christian holiday.
when I was in my 30s.
Yeah, same time.
I was active in church for about 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was I went every Sunday. I was in the youth program. We met on Wednesdays and Sundays after services. And I did that shit for a while. And I started asking questions. And I started listening to these different fables and stories from the Bible. I'm like, stuff don't add up to me. When I asked certain questions, I couldn't get, well, it's all about faith.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
not about
get
the answer to the question.
Yep.
I'm like, oh. And it seemed like every time I turned around, that plate was going by.
Yep.
That plate was going by. Or they'll have a box at the front of the pulpit. Everybody stands up and walks and gives their money, which is a fucked up way to do it. Because if you ain't got no money, everybody knows you didn't give.
Yeah.
When the plate goes by, these are the...
Yeah, it forces people. I guess it's probably a trick they learned to force,
Yeah, it makes
shame.
you...
Because they found that, like, people do things, shame.
Yeah.
Force people into things way more than anything else.
And, then I started thinking about, then I started, hearing about UFOs and ghosts and all that kind of stuff. And one day I'm sitting down thinking to myself, which is a crazier story? A UFO coming down abducting someone, doing experiments to them, then letting them go, or a guy being born through a virgin birth. What? What? This guy's walking on water?
And he's white. In Jerusalem.
Well, we don't know if he's white or not, but all the pictures.
Yeah, that's
is
what
a
I'm
hippie
saying.
dude.
Yeah, he's a white hippie dude.
It's a hippie dude.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, back then, you go, especially Southern blacks. Oh, they really bought into it. You go into their house, they got a picture of, who they got a picture of? 3 people.
Oh, they got Jesus?
Sometimes 4. There'll be Jesus, Martin Luther King,
Oh, yeah.
John F. K., and sometimes his brother.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know John F. K. was so loved.
Oh, yeah. In the black community, he was loved.
That's why he was killed?
No, you know, I think he was killed for multiple
You were alive for that.
Oh, yeah. He was killed for multiple reasons.
Where were you when that
I was
happened?
watching this shit on TV when it happened.
I know, but how old were you?
I don't remember stuff like that.
No, I know, but you have an idea. You were a kid.
When did it
You were
happen?
either a kid or
It was in
64?
63?
Yeah, 63.
Okay. Yeah, I was a teenager.
Yeah, so high school type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was probably something like, if the president was doing shit, they would put it on TV in school, wouldn't they?
No.
No?
You just saw it on the news. Now, when they did
When they flew, like, the moon landing and all that shit, they put it on TV in school, didn't they?
that was done at night.
Yeah, and you weren't in school at that time in 69.
Just left school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to a party, didn't you?
I had a white minister. I went to this Baptist church. It's called the First Unitarian Church. But they had a black minister, but the assistant minister was a young white dude, real cool motherfucker, had a beard and shit. And
So like me.
he had a Porsche.
Oh,
and
not like me.
I mean, he was real cool, man. I think he had been married to a black woman, but she got cancer and died. And,
So he was an ally.
Mm-hmm. And so he said, and I was in the youth program. So he said, anybody that wants to can come up. He lived in Lafayette Towers downtown. He said, anybody that wants to come over and watch the movie.
Lafayette Towers, that's right on, down, like right down. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
It's down by Cobo, right?
Yeah, not far from the Aretha Franklin Memorial, venue. So he says, anybody wants to come over for that, they can come over. So we went over there and watched the moon landing from there.
That's crazy.
And I mean, when the moon landing was going on, well, wasn't nobody in the streets. You didn't see cars going down the street or nothing.
Why would you?
Everybody was at home looking at it.
I think it would be similar to the same thing that would happen today. I think if there was a moon landing, an actual real moon landing, say China does it.
We're about to see because we get a date.
I think China's going to do it next.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might be right.
I think China's next. I think China.
You know who else is in the running for it too? India. India has a real deep space program.
Yeah, but they're really.
They just missed. They tried to land something on the moon and it fucked up. Like about 4 months ago.
Yeah, but China hit the fucking. China didn't fuck up.
No,
They
their
landed
second time. The first time they fucked
Oh
up.
well.
Second time they landed it. And I guess it's still there and roaming around.
Why wouldn't you put a? Why would you put a? Why isn't there a rover on the moon when there's a rover on Mars?
There's one on the moon now.
No, yeah, but
The
not
Chinese.
Us. Yeah, Chinese, but not us. We didn't.
Yeah, I really believe there's something else on the moon they're not telling us about.
On the backside of it.
Yeah, it's a couple of things on the front side, but most of the stuff is on the back side.
What if that's what keeps us from seeing the universe? What if there's ships that fly by all the time? Like think about it. If you're when I was in Sweden, our smoking spot, you had to walk like, to give you an idea, equivalent, it'd be like walking the 9 mile from here. Maybe a little bit farther.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 or 3 blocks in. So it's like half a mile walk. You get there, it's beautiful. It's like a beat up old bench. It's where there's
a little more secluded area.
Secluded is the wrong word for it.
Okay.
It's away from the houses.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
way away from houses.
But there are people around, but it's away from.
There could be, yeah. They walk. It's away from the out. Like the trail, kind of like there's trails everywhere.
Yeah.
Up there, people walk. Like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much they walk. But you can either go this way or you can cut out this way. And this way is just a cutout to where there's like a fire pit.
Gotcha.
So they just sit and smoke. Like people burn wood out there and chill. Well, there's a giant boulder there. And I tried to meditate on it. Because I was like, oh, this would be cool. Sunlight, you know, in the middle of the morning, just smoke 2 joints.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sativa joint, so I'm not really high.
You commune with the rock.
Yep. Then I hear and just this loud humming going by. And I hear it, and it's almost the whole fucking goddamn meditation, which is a 15-minute meditation. And at some point, I just finally open my eyes, and there's at least 150 people standing on the outside side of this fucking giant cruise ship.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? As it's just like kind of
Yeah,
slowly
drifting by.
going by. Yeah. I wonder if the world, if there's cruise ships that fly by our planet.
Yes.
And the moon is the satellite that keeps us from seeing it.
Yes. Plus, there's some area. I can't remember.
But then
what
again, space is so vast.
but listen.
So many things.
I can't remember what it's called, but there's areas in space where we can't see. Where you could hide a whole fleet.
I thought they were black holes.
No. This is called. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. But there's areas in space that we can't see. Our telescopes can't see there, but for some particular reason. And they say you could hide a whole fleet of UFOs there. We would never know it. But it's got a name. But I can't remember what the name of it is.
I still think that space travel is going to be more like Contact than it will be Star Wars.
Yeah, that's Star Wars thing.
I don't mean Star Wars. I'm just using Star Wars as a base of ship. Traveling with ship.
Oh.
From ship to ship to ship to, you know what I'm saying? The ships won't be set up. The universe is so vast that to travel from one spot to another, there's no time doesn't exist for that. You get what I'm saying? So like to be able to travel from point to point in the universe, and being that it's so vast, you have this table, it's a universe, and not even like the cells, the bacteria that's on it are the fucking galaxies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much to go from here. You could have like you could spend a lifetime traveling and not see nothing.
Yeah.
And like literally nothing.
Yeah.
And the different, like, I think it's going to be Contact where it's going to be portals.
Well, they say 90% of space is black matter or black energy.
Yeah, dark matter.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is yet.
They don't know what it is.
They just know that there's something there.
Yeah. This thing with the moon, though, is really weird. Okay, the moon is hollow. Did you know that?
No.
They took when they landed on the moon, one time when they took off, they jettisoned the bottom part so it hit the moon really hard, and it hit the moon, and the moon rang like a bell for over an hour. And they've also had satellites go overhead to have that, where it can go under the ground penetrating radar.
Oh, yeah,
And they say it's big, huge caverns.
Oh, so it's a giant cheese ball.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense. There's no life on it. So it would make, like, ours is probably the same way, just filled with molten lava in the areas that have.
Well, something going on the moon.
Well, if you think about it, we probably have the same thing on our planet. It's just we have life, so we have molten lava and other things.
One day when you're not doing nothing, go to the NASA .com.
Yeah.
They got all pictures of the moon and Mars. I mean, just thousands of them. And there are things on the moon that's in NASA pictures. Like there's a picture of something like a little pod, but see, it's from a distance. I don't know how big this object is, but it looks like a little, I don't know, a little tractor, and behind it are tractor tracks leading down into a
Cavern.
yeah, and there are lights that pop up and off on the moon too. And the Russians took the first picture of the dark side, the far side of the moon. There's a 5-mile tall tower It's in the NASA pictures and in the Russian pictures. It's for real. They say it could not be anything but man-made.
Well,
And it's another thing called a shard. And they say it stands about a mile tall. And there are radar dishes on the moon. Big giant radar dishes. Have you seen that stuff?
no, I ain't seen that stuff. I don't have time to look up that stuff.
Man, it's unbelievable, man.
Oh, well, I gotta get Bruce on here with you one day. You guys can. He knows a ton of that shit too. Like,
Yeah,
he spends a lot of time looking at stuff.
It's a lot of guys with these telescopes, with these special lenses, and they got cameras hooked up to it, video and photography cameras, and you can see everything. It's unbelievable what you see. It's like a real close-up of the moon. That's all these guys do all day long, is look at the moon, at different parts of the moon. It's interesting.
Yeah,
The moon is older than the Earth.
Yeah, because it hit us, didn't it? At some point, I thought it.
They think it might have been another planet that rammed into us.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
probably a dead.
And the other planet got completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And part of that planet is the moon.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Part of it that's left.
Yeah. But the moon is weird, because the moon doesn't revolve like this.
No, it doesn't. There's no gravity though.
There's very low gravity.
Yeah.
There's atmosphere on the moon. Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. There's atmosphere on
There's
the moon.
not a lot. If there is.
The Earth's atmosphere goes almost all the way to the moon.
I wonder what would happen if it would have actually got caught up. It was a little bit smaller and caught up in our atmosphere. Maybe it had grown like life, more life.
Maybe.
Maybe we were on the moon 20,000 years ago.
Well, they got ancient, like Mayans and somebody else. The Mayans, and I think it's the Greeks or one of those. In some of their writing, 13,000 years ago, there was no moon. Is that a shocker?
No way.
In some of the ancient writing of some of these old tribes, in more places than one in the world, they have written down there was a time, the Indians too, the American Indians, there was a time when there was no moon. They claimed 13,000 years ago the moon showed up. Weird, huh? And we have it, and our moon is unusual. It's the biggest moon for the size of a planet in our solar system.
Did not know any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they hit the moon and the moon rang like a bell for over an hour. But they never talk about the far side and something weird going on. Something real weird going on.
Well, there's always something weird going on. I mean, Trump's president. It wouldn't surprise me if I woke up tomorrow from a coma and it's 1999 still.
Yeah, check it out.
Just seriously, man.
Check it out.
In 99, if you had told me I'm fucking smoking weed on a fucking camera, it's not even on a camera, it's on a fucking phone.
Yep.
Smoking weed.
Just a few years ago.
Legally.
Just a few years ago.
And you told me Donald Trump was president. Oh, by the way, we also had a black president and gay marriage got legalized.
That would sound like
It'd be
a
like,
science fiction
you're out
movie.
your fucking mind. That didn't happen.
A science fiction movie.
Nope, not real.
Couldn't be.
Yep. But yeah, here we are.
But here we are. It is real.
And there's days I'm afraid I'm gonna wake up. And it's 1999, and we're in the same place we were before. I've been in a coma.
You gotta
for
go
6
through all
months.
this again.
Not even go through all this because it's probably not gonna be anywhere close to the same. And you don't remember your comas. That's what Ozzy said.
He was in a coma.
Yeah, it was dreamlike. You don't remember dreams. They're just lifetimes. He doesn't remember shit. I mean, a little bit, but it's more about like, because he did die, and he said he did talk to his parents. Like he was talking to his parents one day, or not one day,
But
when he was dead.
When he was
And they're like, yeah, it's not your time yet. So we just want to say hi and blah blah blah.
Get back.
Get back, and then he went back. and then he was in the coma for 6 months, and he doesn't, from what I remember, he doesn't remember anything. It's all dreamlike. You know what I'm saying? There's not really, you know.
Yeah.
I think he says maybe he heard people, but not really.
Yeah.
You know, so.
There's a book about a guy. I think it was written back in the 20s. It's about a guy that
That's 100 years ago.
that died. That was in a coma. He was in a coma, and he lived a whole lifetime on another planet in a coma. Then when he woke up out of the coma, he wrote the book about it. It's a wild book, man. It's wild as fuck. It is wild. I can't remember the name of it.
Did he live that life?
He says he did. He wrote a whole book about it, man. And it's in the future. It's on Earth, but it's way in the future, like 3120 or some shit like that. And there's only a few black people left. The Asians run the world, basically. He had a whole they had
Which is what's gonna happen.
They had, like levitating platforms. When you want to go to your friend's house, you get on this little platform, it takes you there.
Which could happen too. So, I was listening to this. The Jordan Harbinger show? Did I tell you about that one yet?
No.
It's great because he's got like really
It's a podcast?
Yeah, really he's from Michigan.
And what's his name?
He's from Troy, actually. Jordan Harbinger.
Okay.
It used to be. What the hell was it called? He used to be on a different show, but splitting up and starting his own show. And I liked him better. Like I listened to it because of him. Like his interview skills and the way he talks about subjects and helps.
You liked it?
Yeah, it brings it down to reality. Like he deals with people, and everything he's dealing with is ways to help you improve. It's not self-improvement. It's just people who, have stories.
Good information.
Good information.
Yeah.
Some people like Jocko Wilco, all those
Yeah.
people.
You not preach that, but you're giving information.
Yeah. So this one dude wrote a book about China, and he was talking about, because how I've said it, like it's something I've said multiple times, like we're fucked because China's Xi Jinping, he's basically the Winnie Pooh guy, he's basically made himself emperor for life, is what the media here made it seem like, right? But the reality is that's not. He made it so there's no term limits, but technically, if something happens, he could still get voted out, technically. But the reason he did that is because the reason they say they did it is because they didn't want to seem shifty, like the United States is
This
now.
is Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is now proven to be. You get what I'm saying? Where like one administration's in for 8 years, we go through all this work, sign some shit, agree with the world, blah blah blah, and then another administration gets in and just rips it up like it's nothing.
Kicked it all down the drain.
Mm-hmm. And then, so with that being said, China's investing fucking trillions of dollars into the infrastructure of the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, with that, they wanted people to know that, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna be there. We're not gonna rename. We're not gonna say we're gonna do one thing and then 4 years later come
something
at you
different
with a fucking
they're gonna be consistent.
Yes. It's also because they want it's set up to where the party makes all the decisions and there's no there's small outcrier groups that are small groups that are opposition, but they don't really have any say.
No. Like I told you before, they're in Africa like crazy, man.
Yeah, but I think another thing too people forget is the younger generation. That's the one that there's 400 million millennials. There's more millennials in China than there is on the northern part of the country.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy. United States and Canada combined, and I think Mexico. No, Mexico is like 60 million. So.
They're, like I said, they're all over the place. They're down in South America. They're in Africa. Certain Asian countries they're in. And what they're doing is they come in, they learn the language, or they know the language when they get there. They study before they get there. They learn that native language. Then they come and they teach them Chinese, Mandarin.
Yeah.
And they build schools and highways and infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. They actually go in instead of just stealing they build the structure with it. I am not a communist in any way. But I'm not a capitalist either.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm somewhere in between. And I don't know what's going to happen with China. I don't know if China... It's kind of... Because they're very anti-weed right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no swinging right now on the weed thing over there. So that's... When it comes to anything, that's my biggest fear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they get global power, they'll be the next one to keep cannabis locked down. You know what I'm saying? Because then it'll be, we can't fuck with the China market, so we can't actually do cannabis because they'll just shut out their market.
That's going to change. I'm going to tell you why that's going to change.
It's got to change in China.
It's going to change in China.
And India, because India's against cannabis too.
I'm going to tell you why. Do you know there are more Indians than Chinese?
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, but the difference between them is the middle class in China and the middle class in India is not even close.
No, not even close.
They still have a caste.
Chinese have the fastest growing middle class in the world right now.
Dude, they said that a kid my age went through 21 changes of wealth. 20, that'd be the example of me being born when your fucking mom was being born. In her lifestyle where there's no TV, maybe she has running water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To our lifestyle now.
Yeah.
In their lifetime.
Yeah.
You know?
They saw poverty, success, growing economy.
Yeah.
Having their own apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's happening like that.
And on top of that, a lot of them are spoiled because they're little emperor kids. Is what
in China, in the last 10 years, they've built 1,100 skyscrapers. You know how many the United States built in that time?
5.
420. No comparison.
Well, the amount of people, no.
No comparison.
If you look at the cities, like the main cities, just look at the skylines.
Oh yeah.
New York is close.
Yeah, but
that's it.
they fall short too, though.
Yeah, and it's only close because it's on an island.
They showed Bahrain. They showed about 5 of
Dude,
them.
Mumbai. India. Oh my God. Everyone has to live in a fucking skyscraper.
And they're unbelievably architectural wonders too.
And a lot of them are set up to fucking mesh with the
right
environment.
The environment.
Yeah, so you're not like living in fucking Detroit.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, because Detroit's like what it used to be. Think about Detroit. Think about all these cities around us in the last 25 to 30 years that have put up skyscrapers. You know what I'm saying? In America. And they're small ass, half the fucking population cities of fucking Detroit. Yet Detroit hasn't put up a skyscraper since what, the 80s?
Renaissance Center.
Which was the 70s.
Let me hold it. Let's think for a minute. Let me think. Am I right about that?
I think it is a Renaissance. No, there's the DTE building.
There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
The DTE building that they put up.
And that building that John Madden used to own down there on Jefferson. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about 3 of them.
Yeah. They haven't put up any in my lifetime.
They're getting ready to put one up now.
I know.
They're working on one now.
Dan Gilbert, but Gilbert's fucking this close to dying. You know what I'm saying? He's real close.
All the money in the world, huh?
Yeah, and you're still gonna croak, motherfucker.
All the money in the world.
You're gonna die, and your kids are gonna take your money and just blow it on shit that you don't want them to spend it on. Because you didn't treat your kids to be humans. That's right, because you're not a human. I mean, he's a human, I guess. I don't know.
But you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like to experience, not have to worry about what something costs or paying a bill. That's got to be a good feeling.
Well, I mean, that is the goal.
Yeah, that's got to be a good
goal.
feeling.
But it's one of those things that I'm not. The goal is there because me and her are gonna do some like end of the year reflection today and.
Yeah.
Write some stuff down and set some goals.
Some goals for the coming
year.
Yeah.
We're getting married next year, and we should have some kind of
right, some kind of plan.
Yeah, I want to, be there with my little nephew and niece.
Yeah.
But that's always been the plan. But it's never been alone. I don't want to do it for me. The whole plan is to be able to make sure that I can set. If I can't do it for other people, then I'm not going to do it for myself. I'll do it. You get what I'm saying? The whole goal is to work to make sure that everyone in my life is at that stage.
Gotcha.
It's never to set up just me. I don't give a fuck
Gotcha.
about me. I can live with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to make sure
Well, you,
that my
you
brother,
live with very little.
yeah, to help my
Nothing.
brother, my sister, whoever it may be,
Yeah.
in that way. Now I have her, so I have to live in a different mindset.
Right. It's
You know what
not
I'm
just
saying?
one.
It's not just one; there's two. So, so it actually gives me a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I have to do it for her because I don't need to do it for me, but it gives me a reason to actually do it now. You know, because I don't give a shit. I spend money when I want.
It's
I've been
something to do.
Sweden, I've been to Amsterdam.
Yeah, right.
If I really want to
Just
go
another
to
phase in
Amsterdam,
life.
yeah, it's only $600.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I'd rather go with all my friends and actually enjoy life. And I don't know, man. I've always had this weird. Since I was young, I think I brought it up before, and I don't think it's myself that has it. Obviously, it's not. I'm not the only one that has this issue, but I've always had never understood, like, fuck, I wish I got born into that family. You know what I'm saying? Because when you know, after my mom died, my family sucked. My brothers and sisters were great, but you know, the leadership sucked.
Yeah.
So it was like, it always was like, oh, if I only got born into that family, wouldn't have to deal with this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I always had that.
That's the grass is greener.
And it's always been it's driven me on a sense of trying to understand why someone who is born in that deserves that and someone who's not doesn't. That's what I've always, like,
Think about what you just said. Think about what you just said.
What?
Say that again.
Why someone who's not born into it, or someone who's born into it deserves it, and someone who doesn't deserve it.
That doesn't make sense.
What I mean by that is
You're born into whatever you're born into.
no, I get that. It's just random luck, and that's the whole thing. It's all random luck. But we're getting to a point where there's enough wealth, there's enough food, there's enough of we've learned how to do things.
Yeah.
That that everyone that is born now should be able to have a house, should be able to, and if everyone is born with a house, food, and things like that, the chances of them becoming a piece of shit
are
a lot less.
Unless.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
life is
hard.
Just that way.
I get that, but at the same time, we're getting to a point where, what are we working towards? Why would I put myself in that position if I wouldn't want to put you in that position too?
See, that's why I feel so bad about what's going on right now. Because for years it seemed like we were headed up the hill. Things were getting better.
That's what it felt like.
And things were getting better.
Guns.
Things were getting better.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, this thing happens, which is crazy as fuck. And we're having active shooter, crazy president. You know, just people can't work together.
They can't.
Their differences are so, you know.
Yeah, and they're not even. Their differences aren't even. It's just.
It's not.
It's just they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
They don't. It's not even that their differences are that far apart.
It's some
Their
kind of
differences are the
weird.
same.
It's almost like a disease going around.
Yeah. No, it's not a disease. It's structural. They're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
Hold on a second. Think about this. If war is one of the most profitable things there is, and we live in a country that profits off of war, wouldn't it make sense that the people, like, eventually they're going to stop wanting war in their countries. They're just going to push it somewhere else and still make the money.
Yeah, but see, I hate to say this, but it's true. One day I said to myself, I'm going to diagnose every commercial that comes on TV.
As what? What do you mean?
To see what it's really saying.
Oh, to try to see if there's an underlying...
To see what it's really saying.
What it's trying to sell you?
Okay. I watched 125 television commercials.
Jesus.
Okay?
Did you get hungry?
Do you know what most of them were?
Food?
No.
What?
Wounded Warrior.
Shut up.
I'm trying to
What
tell
channel
you.
were you watching?
It's on all of them.
No, there's... When you watch...
I'm talking about regular TV. I'm not talking about cable.
Oh, you're talking about Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7. Okay,
Right, which most people watch.
I don't know anymore. It used to
Sure they do, because People with cable got those channels too.
I know.
And people that don't have cable got those channels. So it's more people watching those.
So like the news and shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Anyways.
And
So you mostly
when
women
the-
warriors.
and almost all the 71% of all the television programs have something to do with police or war.
Because they make it normal.
They've normalized automatic weapons. They've normalized terrorism. They've normalized.
They're trying to bring it home because they know that once. What's the biggest market? They've built the market of fear. They use terrorism to build their market of fear. So we'll say gun makers, for example. We'll just use them as the evil bad guy. They're the ones that want the money. So how do you get people to buy guns? You make them think that people are gonna.
That you need a gun.
Well, one, that they're gonna take your guns.
Yeah, and that you need one.
And that you need one, that the world is scary. You know what I'm saying? And now they've gotten to a point where people realize that the world is scary out there, but it's not scary here. So I don't need as many. Now it's just collectors and addicts that are buying guns and bullets and things like that. You know what I'm saying? The hobbyists, the people who shoot them, you know, the normal people. And then there's the psychos like I am with discs and weed, you know, that just, their life is that. Well, that's money. But it's more money when they're fucking really using them bitches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now I can go live in fucking France. I can go live in some other fucking country and just make profit off of profit. And I don't give a fuck what my country looks like no more. Because if they're at war, I make more money.
Mm-hmm.
If the South is fighting the North, if one state, if Texas decides to rebel and say, fuck it, we're not doing this no more, and the government doesn't give them up. Say Bernie gets in, right? Or a girl gets in, and Texas, you know, decides, you know what, we're succeeding.
That's probably not far-fetched at all.
It's not. It is not. And they will. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're like, we're succeeding and Donald Trump is our president.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do if you're the fucking president? If you're Bernie Sanders or if you're the president, what do you do at that point? Do you just say, okay, later? By the way, you don't get any more federal help, nothing. And they don't need it.
But it could be something crazy like that. It could easily happen.
Mm-hmm. But it won't be just that state. It'll be that state. It'll be Alabama, Mississippi.
Utah.
No, not Utah.
Maybe not Utah.
Not Utah.
South Dakota, North Dakota. Arizona, yeah.
Yep.
And a few southern states.
Yep.
Maybe 3 or 4 of those.
I don't think Louisiana. Maybe Louisiana would, but I think Louisiana would be a battleground because I think Louisiana is...
Well, it's too many black people in Louisiana.
There is, but it's not run by black people.
No, but it's too many of them.
That's my point. That's why it'd be a battleground. I think it'll be kind of cut in half.
Oh,
It'll
I
be one of those
see what you're
places,
saying.
You know what I'm saying? That it'll be switching back and forth.
Well, let's hope none of that happens. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. I mean, we don't have any control over it. And it comes to a point, what are you going to do? Are you going to shoot somebody over a belief of whether or not Trump should be president?
You know, when I was a young kid, I used to think, wow, man, white people are so cool. They're some cool motherfuckers. They're always doing shit. And they real honest. And no, seriously, what I was fed.
Yeah.
This is what I was fed.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so honest and everything, and you gotta respect them and everything, you know. And as I grew up, and certain things happened in history, and I saw what the real deal was. I'm like, what the fuck am I living in? What is this? It's crazy.
I didn't know we were that.
And then when I realized all white people aren't the same. You know, you got your conservative, your liberal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's confusing.
Just like all black people aren't the same.
Right. It's confusing.
When people go, oh look, there's a black. So what?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what color you are. I just don't support the guy because he lies. Someone asked me that. Bubba asked me that yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, why? You really just don't like President Trump? I'm like, yeah, I don't like liars. Plain and simple. I'm the person that doesn't...
Well, does Bub see that he's a liar?
Bub doesn't care.
That's what I'm finding out, too.
Bub doesn't care. Bub is at a point in his life where there's nothing he can do about it, and he's right. there's not. To be honest with you, there's no point in me giving a fuck because I can't do anything. I'm
No.
40 years old. I have no money, which means I have no power in this country. And the chances of me getting any power in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe.
The only way you're gonna get power in the next 5 to 10 years when everybody around you agree with you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not that type of person that wants to. I've thought about that. Do I want to try to start a movement? No, I don't have a movement. It's simple. I tell you, I have a path that I'm trying to walk. If you want to walk it, walk it. But it doesn't even have to involve me.
People become the head of movements. Sometimes I think it's thrust upon them.
I believe it is.
And most of the time I believe it is.
I think like Martin Luther King, again, that's why if he'd have been born now and if it had been now in a time like if the shit back then, for one, it wouldn't have happened because as you start seeing more, as the world opens up, you start seeing, but maybe people get closed off. We're starting to see that technology is actually making people more closed off. It's so designed to make money now that there's no reason for you to ever see anything that conflicts you.
Yeah.
We don't want you to see that because once you see that, you shut it off.
You become, you change.
Yeah, so it's all done on purpose. This whole thing is set up by the Fox News. I think Fox News has literally a programmed list of shit that they're specifically set up to do, and they know
without a doubt
that it's going to brainwash these people into doing this shit.
Without a doubt.
And I think their people in there are really that dumb, and they really believe the shit they say.
Without a doubt. I have some friends that believe that shit 100%.
No, I mean, I know, but I don't. I think maybe a couple of them have intentions like they don't believe it. Like,
oh, you talking about the ones that are on the network?
Yes, on the network. I think they literally.
It's about, with most of them, I'm not saying all of them, but with most of them, it's about the money. They'll say anything for the money.
They will, but I think it also goes back to if you look at all of them are fucking rich kids.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them to think the way they think because they've never ever felt fucking any stress in their life. And granted, yes, they probably have. Life is
everybody
stressful.
has something, but
get the fuck out
they
of
had
here.
that safety net.
You've never fucking spent your last $20.
They've had that safety net.
Yeah, you do not know what it's like not to have $10,000 sitting in a bank account. Fuck.
And then it depends on what their parents were too. Their parents might have been racist and taught them racist ways.
Yeah,
it happens.
Well, I mean,
it happens.
The system's being lately is like they literally done the system to make sure, or not done it to make sure, but made it easier to keep your money.
Well, yep.
All right, I guess we end on that, Mr. Fucking.